on my lonely bed, recalling these things that we did, that we said, and these things that we never, when I tried to retain that invincible center that drove you insane. When I knew you well, I remember, my dear, when I knew you. Remember, I wish you knew how much I remember. I remember. We were easy together, happy and free. The years that we shared, all a blessing to me. But the gypsy grew restless, it was time to depart. When I offered my reasons, you offered your heart. When I knew you well, I remember, my dear, when I knew you. Now this river of time flows between us, the rhythm of growth and decay, where the things that I know have been changing, with my reasons all drifting away. And I see past these banks that bloom senseless with flowers, to my vanishing castle of chains. It's a vision of primary power, like the blood that